Today I'll take you to a journey through our solar system. So let's begin our journey. So there you can see that is our spaceship which name is Nemo. In that we will discover our solar system. So let's start our journey. The engines are fired up and let's go. Now we are moving through the skies and soon we will reach space. As you can see, at present we are passing the troposphere, which is the first layer of our atmosphere. This is situated 14.5 km above the surface of the earth, and now we are passing the stratosphere, which is the second layer of atmosphere and is situated 50 km above the earth's surface. And now we see the International Space Station after traveling for 408 km. Did you know that the International Space Station is the most expensive particular object in the world ever made by humans? Its cost is $100 billion. US dollars to say. Can you just think how much price is that? With that you can buy 250 Boeing 747. So that's amazing. So now we're passing the satellites. Do you know satellites can travel at a breakneck speed of almost 7,000 miles per hour? And now we will enter the main journey into our solar system. So at first you have to remember some facts like distance from planets from the Earth and Sun can differ based on their orbital places around the Sun. Okay, so take this in an example. The normal distance or the closest distance from Earth to Mars is 54 million kilometers. But the most distance covered by Mars and Earth can reach 401 million kilometers. So this difference is not that much different, but we will not make any problem with it. Don't worry. So the next fact that we have to remember is all the planets and asteroids of the solar system are remains of the Sun. Yeah, all of them are not fully similar, but they have similarities, okay? And the next fact is that the Sun's mass is almost 99.86% of all the mass in our solar system. So you can just understand how massive our Sun is. So the mass of nothing in our solar system is comparable to the Sun. And so, at first, the first celestial body that we meet in our journey is the Moon, which is situated 384,000 kilometers away from the Earth. Do you know that the Moon is the only natural satellite of our Earth? You knew it, right? And now, so let us see some facts about the Moon. Like, did you know that the side of the Moon that we can't see, that means the opposite side of the Moon is a whole lot different? Moon is the first celestial body that man has kept their feet on. In 1969, Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin at first kept their foot on the Moon. You know that, right? The footprints on Moon kept by the astronauts can't disappear because there's no wind to blow them up. Do you know Moon was the fifth biggest natural satellite of our solar system after Ganymede, Callisto and Io of Jupiter and Titan of Saturn. So it's quite big, huh? The gravitation of Moon is quite weak, to say 1.6 of the gravitation of the Earth. So it's quite weak, but it's more smaller than this. The Moon is awesome, but now we have to leave it because we have many more amazing journeys. And now in that journey we have reached Venus, which distance is 255 million kilometers away from the Earth. This is the farthest distance from Earth to Venus. So, and you know that this can differ. I have said it previously, right? And now, at the first sight, the Venus doesn't look like the Earth, but they are actually very similar. They have the same size and mass, and that's why we call them the twin planets. Did you know one day in Venus lasts 116 Earth days? How big a day is in Venus? Can you just imagine? But Venus takes only 225 days to rotate once around the Sun. So 1 year in Venus is less than 2 days. So you have to celebrate the Happy New Year more in Venus. The atmosphere of Venus is rough and its surface is also very hot. The temperature in Venus rises up to 880 degrees Fahrenheit, which is hot enough to even melt some iron and melt. Can you just imagine how hot that is? The atmosphere of Venus is mostly made of carbon dioxide, but the clouds of Venus are made of sulfuric acid. The continuous volcanic eruptions in Venus that happened in early stages of its creation released sulfur into the atmosphere of Venus. This sulfur later accumulated and gradually made sulfuric clouds, which were made of sulfuric acid. The way water makes rains and water clouds in the same way Venus does so. This sulfuric acid makes a very powerful greenhouse effect in Venus, and which is very much more powerful than our Earth. Venus has the most number of volcanoes. To say precisely, it's 1600 volcanoes, which is the most in our solar system. But fortunately or unfortunately, we don't know that because we don't live there, most of them are inactive. So now let's leave Venus and discover more about our solar system. So the next thing we reach is the Mercury, which is 16.15 million kilometers away. The distance can differ, as you know already, because I have said it more than one time before. At the first sight, you can think that the Mercury looks a bit like the moon, but at a closer look, you can understand the difference. The temperature in Mercury hasn't still been cooling, because Mercury hasn't still stopped cooling. Every planet has except this planet. Still, Mercury is the second hottest planet in our solar system, which can reach a temperature of 800 degrees Fahrenheit. The temperature fluctuations of Mercury is huge because the side which faces the sun, or which is a day, reaches a temperature of 800 degrees Fahrenheit, and the side which is night reaches a temperature of minus 290 degrees Fahrenheit, which is really freezing. This happens due to the weak greenhouse effect of Mercury, because Mercury doesn't have an atmosphere, and that's why the greenhouse effect is so much weak. Did you know that the Mercury is the second most dense planet in our solar system, which is topped by our good Earth? Mercury is very small, and so it has got the title of the smallest planet in our solar system. Did you know it is even smaller than Ganymede? And do you know what Ganymede is? I have told about it before. Do you remember? Yeah, it is the biggest moon of our solar system, and it is a moon of Jupiter. So, did you know that Mercury has an iron core which has 3/4 of the diameter of the planet? So the core is huge. That makes Mercury one of the most iron-rich planets in our solar system, with a 70% mass filled of iron. So now we'll leave Mercury and discover more about our solar system. And so now we reach the Sun, the powerhouse of our solar system and the producer of all energy. Our solar system is at the center of our solar system, and it's also the central spot of our solar system. The Sun is amazing and is blazing hot. The surface temperature of Sun reaches 5500 degrees Celsius, which is extremely hot. That can melt any metal, to say precisely. 98% of hydrogen and helium is filled up in the Sun, and rest 2% are other kind of materials. Among this 98% and 100%, 73% is hydrogen, 25% is helium, and among the rest 2% there are oxygen, nitrogen, carbon, neon, iron, magnesium, and silicon. Try to memorize all of that in a while, okay? So now, did you know that Mercury it's not Mercury, but it's actually the Sun. No comparison with the Mercury with our Sun. But our Sun has an inner core that produces and provides the Sun with fuel that keeps the Sun blazing hot. Our Sun makes nuclear reactions inside it, which is known as nuclear fission, through which it produces energy. In this process, the Sun converts hydrogen into helium, thus making and converting a huge amount of energy in this process. Our Sun is 4.5 billion years old, which is quite middle-aged in stars, because this is quite middle-aged because the average age of a star is 9 to 12 billion years. So that's all for today. If you like this video, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel, and last of all, thanks for watching.